understand mental health, it's there and it's real.
There shouldn't be that stigma around it.
It's not a social thing, it's not a race thing, it's an everybody thing.
For a long time, I suffered in silence. I would get these scary thoughts.
I just couldn't breathe.
I had no idea I was dealing with depression.
I knew as a mom something was off.
I didn't know how to talk to anybody about it.
You were told, man up.
What's wrong with you? You need to be strong.
Cheer up.
Suck it up.
Don't cry.
That one thought can lead to a million thoughts of why you're not good enough.
There is help.
There is hope.
It's gonna take a village.
It's okay to say, I need help.
I wasn't crazy, I just needed direction, I needed understanding, I needed community, I needed love.
I can overcome this.
Recovery is possible.
Mental health is there and it needs to be talked about.
You're not alone.
When you get the help, that's when you find the hope.
Charlotte's hidden crisis. There is help. There is hope. Now, from Channel 9 Eyewitness News, Erica Bryant and Scott Wickersham.
It's an epidemic that doesn't see race, gender, or age, sometimes hidden behind a forced smile. Other times, the pain is on full display.
1 in 4 people are affected by mental illness. It's not talked about enough, and too many people are going through this alone.
While you may not have a mental health issue, chances are a loved one, a friend, or a neighbor does.
Well, tonight we are here to show you there is help and there is hope.
Many of you may not know where to turn, but there are resources for everyone, even for those who don't have insurance.
But how do you know if someone is struggling? What signs should you look for? And how would you even start that conversation?
Tonight, we take you through all of that and introduce you to survivors who explain what helped them to overcome their darkest moments.
And we want to make sure everybody who wants help can find it. There's a live phone bank in our studios right now connecting you to resources where you live. This is free and the call is anonymous. We will not ask your name. The phone number you see on your screen, 1-800-950-3739.
Mental health issues can take many different forms, like depression, anxiety, or PTSD.
There are all sorts of triggers, including trauma and even abuse. Now, Alexis Holloman's childhood was one of abuse, anger, and eventually homelessness. She told our Allison Lottis when she finally found the right people who fought for her, that changed everything.
A roof over her head and her own home to clean is something Alexis Holloman once only dreamed of. In 23 years, she has endured more trauma and heartache than most adults face in a lifetime. Much of it at the hands of her father. And it started when Alexis was only 10.
During that time, he was molesting us and he ultimately got full custody. I stayed with him for about 8 months until he just gave us back to my mother. And by the time I came home, I was angry, I was fighting.
The courts ordered Alexis be placed in foster care. Shuffled from home to home, she ran away again and again. She struggled with thoughts of suicide and was placed in mental health facilities.
When you don't have anyone checking for you or even caring, it makes you get kind of swallowed in your own misery.
When did you first meet Alexis?
I met her at a psychiatric residential treatment facility when she was 14.
Attorney Heather Johnson was assigned to Alexis's case through Council for Children's Rights.
Everyone wanted to write her off because she was this angry child that was ungrateful. Her anger was a protection. She was so sad and so fearful.
Things that we're seeing are PTSD or a lot of childhood trauma, oppositional defiant disorder.
Attorney Breanne Mercer says more than 3,000 children in North Carolina were in mental health facilities last year. Council for Children's Rights represented 781 of them. The nonprofit helped get Alexis out of a psychiatric facility and back into foster care. But at 18, she aged out of the foster care system, and with nowhere to turn, she was homeless.
This is where you would come to sleep at night.
Up top, the safest place I could think of.
For months, this Briarwood Park playground is where she would sleep, while she struggled to go to school and find steady jobs.
It's hard going to sleep when you're cold. When you're homeless, you don't know how long it's going to take. And every day is just like a nail in the coffin.
Then she connected with another resource, the On-Ramp Resource Center Uptown, which is specifically for struggling 16 to 24-year-olds. There, Alexis found help she desperately needed.
Employment center, computers for resume building and job searches.
Those resources were huge in your life.
Oh yeah. I'm not a case number. They honestly like, hey, let's help you.
Alexis now has her own apartment and is working toward a 4-year degree in education.
You always send me gifts.
This brave, inspiring young woman who has overcome so much is proof that things indeed do get better. And she wants others who struggle to hear her story and to keep trying.
You shouldn't be ashamed to want to get help. It's something that should be talked about.
Just incredible what Alexis has had to go through and overcome, but you can see how strong she is today.
Absolutely. She's one of so many who prove that when the help is available, there really is hope. Now we want to show you this group. They are parents, successful business owners, veterans, ministers, and educators.
They're from all different backgrounds, all with a story, a life experience, and a mental health challenge.
It was my privilege to sit down with this group of survivors and share their message to you.
12 people.
I struggled with an eating disorder and depression and self-harm.
From all walks of life.
So in college, I was labeled as being bipolar disordered, one with schizophrenia.
I'm a veteran of the U.S. Air Force. I'm also a mother of 3, and I'm a woman diagnosed with bipolar disorder.
All with painful pasts.
My mental health symptoms started when I was 5 years old.
I struggled with substance use and mental health at a young age.
The last time in prison, something just hit me, said something's not right with the way I think.
But that is the past. They came together to share with me one powerful message. You can recover from a mental health diagnosis.
Anybody can recover. Anybody can have a beautiful life. And it's available for individuals who really want it. You know, we're out here to support the individuals to get to that place as well.
They speak so confidently because they've lived it, and they want to talk directly to anyone who is still struggling.
I would say we see you, we are you. This is what mental health looks like, and it's fabulous.
Every person here has had some sort of mental health challenge. They know the urge to isolate, to shut down, and not talk about it. But they all told me that sharing their stories was really the key to survival, because talking heals.
To me, being open and talking about my mental health is the biggest source of success for my recovery.
It breaks the stigma and allows others who know the journey to step in and guide you.
In their kindness and in their recovery, they helped me. They showed me. They modeled how to do better, how to get better. And I think that's the greatest gift I've received. It's being a part of something.
Everyone in this group is now using their experience along with professional training to help others, like Barjan Lee, who founded a mental wellness support group called Solid She for teenage girls, women, and their families.
I just want to tell people that there is hope, that we are out here. Yes. We are willing to come sit with you. We are willing to talk to you. We are willing to connect you with resources, and we can heal.
Some of them believe that the traditional medical model focuses too much on illness instead of wellness and suggests that stabilization is the best that one can hope for. They firmly believe otherwise.
Mental health recovery, it's got to become the expectation in our system. It's not.
The stigma is that no one gets well, like this is just an endless process, but in reality, we're all here to prove that it's not and that recovery is possible.
So I want people to know that there is a life worth living past their labels, that there is a life of beauty, of love, of all these amazing things.
My ministry has now become sharing my story and sharing hope, sharing love and compassion and understanding, and living a life that is representative of what recovery can and does look like.
And yes, so when they talk to someone who's struggling and look them in the eye and say, I know what you're going through, they really mean it.
Such uplifting conversation there, so much life-changing information. We know you want to hear more of that conversation. It went on at length, and we'll show you later on how to find all of it.
But first, anchor Brittany Johnson is on our live phone bank with the help that's available to you right now. Brittany?
This room of mental health professionals has been talking to people, accepting phone calls from people from all walks of life for the past 8 hours. You can see them here right now. It looks like all of them are on the phone right now. It really just shows you the need. They have been answering calls from veterans, from women who've just given birth, from people of all ages dealing with PTSD, anxiety, questions about suicidal thoughts. They are connecting people to resources in their community. Each of them has one of these, a resource guide right in front of them, and there's a number on your screen that you can call to connect with one of these volunteers. They will help get you help in your community. Call 1-800-950-3739. They're here till 10 o'clock, and they are here to show you there is help. Scott, back to you.
We've also compiled resources for every county in our viewing area at WSOCTV.com and on our app. Just look for the Mental Health Resources headline there under the News tab. If you scroll down, you can see a map here, and there's symbols for different areas. I mean, click on Charlotte, and you can see a full list of resources for each county.
And now a quick note for our Spanish-speaking audience. Contamos con operadores voluntarios en español con información sobre salud mental. Los teléfonos están abiertos hasta las 10 de la noche. El número es 1-800-950-3739 y también lo encuentras en tu pantalla.
Okay, my name is Ash.
A teenager struggling with depression asked for help but was turned away.
There's no words to describe how much I miss her.
Why so many have trouble getting mental health help and where you can turn even if you have no money or insurance.
Could you recognize a cry for help?
I didn't think that she was going to even know that that was a warning sign.
The 3 things to watch for and questions to ask that could save someone who's truly struggling. Next on Charlotte's Hidden Crisis.